Hello, hello, hello. Uh, Good afternoon, guys. Thank you for tuning in week after week. It was good to see a lot of you guys over the weekend. Thank you guys for watching my show. Thank you, Coach A and Coach White, for the notes that your students sent me. I really appreciated that. Um, this week we are told to cover Ramnarong and by Thailand. He's actually one of my favorite players. He's plays, in my opinion, really old school games still and uses it in modern. He's good now, dude. Like he gets to Grand Prix. He's constantly in the semifinals and finals. He brings down a lot of people who are way taller than him because for fin weight, this guy is not that tall. As you can see even here. Um, and in general, it's very exciting to watch this guy fight because he's very explosive. He's a high pressure player, and it's just really nice to see some. To be honest, it's really nice to see some old school games still. Um, what I want you guys to look at here is one is Remrong's footwork is ridiculous good. Like if you can watch any one of his fights pretty much and watch his feet and he's constantly micromanaging it's always I got this cool pen thing. It's like a half step forward, sometimes just a half step back. Sometimes there's a bigger slide, etc., etc. And one of the other fights you're gonna watch, he's gonna slide back and then start angling. Um, Overall, it's just really exciting to watch this guy fight. And what I like about him too is he doesn't sit back and hope and or even complain that he's just a smaller person in the game. He manages what he has, which is speed and distance management. And besides that, he has a good overall strategy. And I would even argue it's the same strategy Daehoon has as someone who's on average a head tall smaller than everyone else. Everyone else he's fighting is usually about a head taller than he is. And what he does is he creates a high pressure offense, and it's not just sitting there. It's a lot of motions, a lot of in and out movement. It's a lot of high pressure stuff in your face right on distance. Secondly, what he does is if you don't respond to what he's doing, he just goes in and hits you on the inside. And because he's smaller, generally that's better for him. Third, if you do respond, um, he manages distance. He'll cancel. He'll jam up. He has his preset defense in his mind before you even go. And what that does is it reduces your scoring ability because because he's in a way a step ahead of you. He's thinking because I'm like way in your face, you're probably gonna kick short, so I'll go back. Or if he's been going back for a little bit and managing your kick, your offense that way, he'll start to clinch you. Um, so high pressure offense. If you don't respond, he's going to go on offense. If you do respond, he makes adjustments. He gets the information he needs, and then he begins adjusting and adjusting and adjusting and adjusting. And if you're sitting back as a smaller player and waiting for the taller guy to go, and you're not creating distance, you're not changing where you're standing, you're not changing the target of your head, or you're not making the other person guess where you're going to be, you are not doing your job as a smaller person to push your advantages. Oh wait, so okay, beginning of the match, Blue tries a little bit of offense. Thailand's constantly in and out and just out of the way. Watch the footwork. Look how many look how many mini steps that was. Really quick, right here. Plays a half speed because these guys are super fast. Oh, it's not go half speed, man. Half speed. I think I have to do normal. It's not doing it. I don't know why it's not doing it. Come on, YouTube. Okay, well, let's put it in normal. During this next offense, watch Ramnarong's feet. Right here. Watch how many small steps these things do. Like, just watch how many small steps those do. Okay, well, maybe if YouTube didn't skip. Like one, two, three, four. It's you could have done this with two big steps, one Hujin, two Hujins, but he didn't. To make sure Ramrong, to make sure he's precise about it, took a bunch of mini steps so that way as soon as a foot comes down from being a threat to his head, as soon as that foot comes down, boom, front leg back into distance and he's back on the offense again. creeping in, making China guess where he's going. Good, nice try for the adjustment. And on the reset too. Boom. On the reset, as soon as that's done, boom, back in. Good. China's trying to reclaim some of the offensive pressure by motioning himself. He does one motion. Ramnarong gets faked out. No biggie. And realizes nothing behind that attack. So let's get back on the line and see what you're actually sitting at again. And watch this. It's not bouncing in place. It's not small motions forward. It's like these small little. Watch his feet. One more time. One more time in case you guys missed it. Watch his feet. It's like a half step forward, half step back, half step forward. This guy's constantly changing distances, even at a micro level. And even though you're changing it just at the small level, even like the full in and out, it it makes it very difficult as a taller player to be confident in trying to hit where you are. Also, if you're a smaller player and you don't know how to spin, I suggest you learn how to spin because you're fighting someone taller, you can spin and you're going to be faster. Um, as a taller player, should you never spin? No. I think you can spin if you want to, but for me, I actually don't really spin if I'm fighting someone taller than me, I don't spin. Or no, excuse me. If I'm fighting someone shorter than me, I don't spin because I feel like they're going to be able to close the distance faster than I can get around. If I'm fighting someone taller, that's when I'll spin more often. Um, and I'm actually a little bit more comfortable doing that. And I think for Remrong, that's why the spin. He has this back kick and the Notabon on um, with his left leg in front, and it's for the specific reason because he's smaller and he knows he can get away with it. Changing the defense a little bit. Half step back. A lot of times people will take this cancel, realize there's nothing behind they'll realize after the cut kick, they'll be able to Hujin backwards, um, and then they'll see that there's nothing behind it and they'll stay there. After that happens, Ragnarok takes a half step forward again. Like it's small stuff like this that constantly add offensive pressure to your opponent's mind. Will it go slow? Good. As soon as it's like half motion forward. As soon as this leg here went down, Ragnarok said it was safe. Half step forward again. Half step forward again. It puts a lot of mental pressure on this guy to have to deal with like, oh wait, is he coming? And then Ragnarok decides he doesn't want it, moves to the side. That was actually very good deception right here. Right here. So, what am I talking about? Uh, wait, I think that was further back, right? Oh no, that was forward. Why would I say that's good deception? Look, here, boom, after the cut, he could have, if he wanted to, have slid in there, and China isn't ready. Like China just got his foot down here and is barely ready. Red could have went, but he didn't. Remnarong resets here, and as soon as his other foot gets in a good position for him to go forward, he's in again. Why? Because over here he seemed like he was relaxed. It didn't seem like he wanted to do anything. Most people will go here, bounce for a couple of seconds, and then try and maybe make something happen. Ramnarong realizes, well, he thinks I'm relaxed. Let's try and capitalize. Dude, he's in this guy's face a lot. Oh my gosh. On defense, usually when people Hujin, they're not sitting on anything. Ragnarok's able to Hujin, be set, and hit the back kick. I think he ends up destroying this guy like 10-0. Even here, even just the fake movement here, in and out, in and out. Watch that forward. Even on the fakes, it makes it very hard to this because. So the reason this is so good is because as a smaller player, you have to blitz in. Like that's just because if you kick at the same length as a taller fighter, you're not going to reach. So you have to blitz in. And because Ramnarong's using so many micro movements all the time, what it does is it conditions his opponent's eyes to not register that as threat. Or even if it does register as a threat, sometimes it's like, is it a threat or is it not a threat? Is it not a is it a threat or is it not a threat? And that adds a lot of mental pressure. And with more mental pressure, more mistakes come. But even if this guy's like, okay, well, when he's moving in and out, it's not actually a threat anymore, so that relieves some mental pressure. What the in and out movement does now is it gives him a half second to take off further. So let's say he wanted to blitz in, the first like half inch or half step he's moving forward or backwards is now not registered as a threat. So he may not respond for that first little couple of inches, like those couple of milliseconds that Red's moving in, because in his mind he's seeing that all the time. It's like, well, when he's doing that a lot, nothing really happens. And so when he's doing that a lot and it's fast, and then his mind's like, well, nothing's really gonna happen. And then he blitzes forward. Those usually those initial seconds are crucial, or the initial milliseconds are crucial to blue or to your opponent's reaction time. And him doing that either adds the mental pressure, or if it's not adding mental pressure, helps disguise the blitz movement for his next attack. And so, what's it called? As a smaller player, so I'm a big proponent of changing directions a lot and being on your toes and moving around a lot, because you can't let blue one be too relaxed, or you can't let your opponent be too relaxed. But also, you don't want to let him know where you're coming. And third, what this helping out with is when you do decide to blitz forward, your initial movement is disguised, which is a big help to you because you have to run through like your opponent's danger zone. See all those micro movements in and out. If he were to if you decided he wanted to attack and he slides forward and then goes, the first slide forward doesn't warrant a reaction anymore because he's been doing that for so long. Blue doesn't think that's a threat. It gives him like another half a second to get in there and almost hit him in the head. Very good back and forth motion. Not only is Ramnarong good back and forth, he's good in like forward and backwards. He's good left and right. He ends up winning this by 2 more points, I think. By Gumjung. Nice try. Then give us the last 30 seconds. Ramnarong is, holy cow, look at that. Giving us the last 30 seconds, Ramnarong, the way this is played, it's by round, it's not by point. So he's content sitting 7 points ahead because that's one spin kick and a head kick, or 2 head kicks and a body shot to try and get it. And so that's just some energy for him that he could save for next round. Watch his footwork on this offense. 1, 2, 3. Like, watch how micro his Hujin is, and he does it so fast that he's just out of distance the entire time. Hopefully this will let. Are you gonna do it? Boom. And so what the reason it's so important to be good at your footwork, especially if you're small, is because if you slide back and you're too far away and you're too far, counters like this are going to take longer to happen. And that's going to give blue like more time to react to your counter. If you're on the edge of distance and as soon as that foot comes down, which is what happened, Ramnarong is right on the line already, so he doesn't have to move forward again, which eats up time. He's on the line, so as soon as that foot comes down, because he's able to do the footwork so precisely, as soon as the foot's down, he's on it. Yep. Good stuff. Bump it up. Yeah, he wins his 10-0. Okay, next fight is him against Sengolani in at the World Championships 2017. This is semifinals. So the guys here are small. Both of these guys are small fighters. Both of these guys are small fighters, and they're able to do it different ways. Ramnarong does it through the old school game with a lot of footwork. Sengolani is able to make it with his front leg dominance and dynamic ability. What I like around Ragnar, I won't go too far into here, just because I think I don't want the videos to go too long. Um, Even though Ramnarong is able to micromanage, you'll see later that Ragnarong's defense. So this is how it starts. Ragnarong kind of starts same as before. The micro movements forward, high pressure. Both players are playing very high pressure, which is makes for an exciting fight, but is also just a good proponent of a good player. Is a big proponent of a good player. Um, you're gonna see Ramnarong adjust here. He actually loses this match by one gumjang. And I mean, Sengalani sticks to his guns the whole time. He's able to hit that front leg dynamically in multiple situations. But you're gonna see Thailand adjust. He switches stances. He moves left and right a lot more often. And mixing in those variables sometimes is what makes all the difference. He actually I think is down 8-4 at the end of the first. Couple of the I think one of the headshots get in. Two of the headshots get in. And then Ramrod's still trying to in a way, he's trying to just bait that front leg. Wow, very good on distance. Just out of range. Nice try. Nice try also. Try with the head kick. Nice try also. Try and go under. All those very viable options against the front leg. So he's not throwing those at random. He's throwing those to see which one can maybe get in. Does the jam work? Does the clinch out in work? Does the spin work? Okay, so if you guys missed it, it was a block to the head, pod drag underneath. And once again, in his face, right away, trying to bait another kick. Ooh, backside spin. Very close. Also very close. Okay, interesting. Good. So if you noticed, for a while, Ragnarong was dictating this fight. He was high pressure, high pressure, high pressure. And when someone's high pressure like that, usually they're sitting on a trap. And as on defense, you don't generally want to fall into the trap. So you're kind of hoping that whatever you shoot doesn't isn't what they're hoping for. But you have to throw something, otherwise they're just going to go on offense. And what I like about Sengalani is as soon as the pressure lets up, he's back on offense. He's not as Ramnarong's not as crazy on the offense. Sengalani's okay, if we're not gonna take the offensive pressure, I'll use offensive pressure. Boom. Right on the. What I really like about Ramnarong is always just on the edge of distance. He's never. It's like he's playing the game and the kick's going like 2 or 3 inches in front of his head, and that's it. Like all the kicks are always so close. Very close, almost. And now he's just poking around. So he tried that multiple times because that's what scored initially. So he's hoping for that to get through. And I think it did. Did it? Oh, no, he scored something else. Sorry. Good. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so trying with the Notabon underneath. What ends up happening, I'm going to skip forward so the video's not too long. What ends up happening, though, is not Sengalani. Ramnarong ends up changing the way he defends a little bit against Blue's offense. He doesn't if you guys can watch this on your own, but he doesn't go for the offensive pressure as much anymore because he's getting scored on close. And what he does is he baits the kick, but he doesn't just sit there. He goes left and right a lot to force Iran to put his foot down. I think it's coming up here. So here, tried it once. Watch. Reset. Try it once. Boom. Tried it. Reset to the side. Tried it a second time. Resets again to that side. Tries it a third time. Because it seemed to be like whenever he came in, that's what was gonna happen. And he doesn't want um I keep saying Singolani. It wasn't even Singolani. Handipur. Or no, maybe that's yeah. I think it's Singolani is the last name. Um so what was it? Uh he wants Singolani's kick to come up every time because he's willing to trade what seems to be like just the body shot to the three or to the 4 points below. Ooh, nice try. No gumjang. Oh, interesting. Okay. What a match. Notice too, he changes his defense. It's not before we're watching his defense and it's straight back, straight back, straight back. Now it's straight back and to the side, or straight back and to the side. So as a smaller player, this is something you can put into your playbook also. Is don't move back, move back, move back, move back one or two, and then move to the side, or to this side, etc., etc. Don't stay on the line of attack because when you like, let's say your first side back here, your second side back's here, your third side back's here because you're able to angle. Blue can't. Your opponent can't keep coming forward with a cut that's up in the air. They have to eventually put the cut down and then turn their body around to try and chase you. And I think that's what Ramnarong tried to do here. Is he's trying to force Blue to put his leg down so he's not getting caught. Um, so he's not getting caught, and then he's mixing that kind of defense in with spins. So when Iran is attacking, he's not sure if he's going to be running to a back kick, or if he's going to be, or if he's going to have to chase someone. Oh man, on the corner, dude. This is why the guy's one of the best in the world. Super cool, right on the edge of distance. That's like, dude, when people in the NFL catch stuff on the line and they stay in bounds, that's what that is. He looks exhausted. He ends up losing this by Gumjang because he falls over. And he's clearly tired now. Nice try on the reset punch. I think they lose their card on that. Oh yeah, they had that weird fish kick that scored, and then another. There's either a punch or what's it called? Oh, the Gumjang, and then Ramnarong falls over. Yeah, and that's the match. So this is, if you guys want to watch a fight, this is a very good fight. Iran versus Thailand's Finweights. Very good, very good. Ooh. Oh wait, well, yeah. There's not much he can do because he had to press, and so Singlai can just sit here and cut kick him. Yeah. Anyway, so the last one I kind of want to glimpse over is I want to look at if your opponent's doing this to you and you are a taller fighter, how do you beat that? Um, Actually, we'll go into this another video another time if videos aren't stacked up. I like what Jangjun does here against Ramnarong about managing Ramnarong's footwork and managing Ramnarong's offense. And I don't want the video to run too long, like I said. But if you guys liked what you guys saw today or got some value out of it, please like or subscribe or share my videos. It really helps me out. And that's about it. Yeah, see you next. See you guys. I'll see you guys next time. So once again, really quick, just to recap, because I normally do this. To recap, Remrong creates a high pressure offense. He does that through very good footwork, very good distance management. Second, the second part of his offense, or second part of his strategy is if you do not attack, he will attack. He will cut, he will slide in out in, he will um, punch, and etc. Like he's gonna do something offensively and then get inside, and that's where that middle to close fighting distance is where he exceeds, there's excels, and so that's where he wants to be. And as generally as a taller fighter who's fighting against someone like that, you don't want them there. So good footwork, distance management, high power, high pressure offense. Second, if you don't attack, he will attack. Third, if you do attack, he's very good at managing the distance and being just at the edge. So right when you're done attacking, he's going to be right there on top of you. Um, Fourth step, he kind of gets all that information and then he makes his adjustments. And you can see that because he spins. You see the punch. You can see him switch stance against Sengolani. And then five is you restart and you go in with that new information. And that's why this guy's one of the top in the world, despite being on average shorter than all of his opponents. So please, if you guys take stuff away, take away the footwork. Watch this guy's footwork. Watch his angles. Watch the way he traps. Notice how he traps, how he capitalizes off the resets. This guy's using every play in the book, and that's why he's one of the best in the world. That's it for today, this week, guys. I will maybe cover this one another time if you're a taller fighter going against a smaller fighter. But till then, see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.